Hello, 大金 here, 我是大金. Today I'm going to show you my process of solo cooking in Palia. Cooking in Palia is a lot of fun. It requires players to interact with multiple workstations within a certain time frame in order to make the dishes. However, it might get a little bit hectic when you progress into some harder recipes. Although cooking in a party is fun and can yield more outputs, I found that most of the time I'm cooking by myself. So let me show you what my steps are. To begin, arrange a workstation to your liking. Preferably, you can view all the stations within your screen. There are 4 actions in cooking, which are stirring, chopping, rolling, and flipping. F key is initiating the interactions with the workstation, and left mouse button click is performing the actions. Okay, so let's make some ramen. Hit F, cook, to interact with the stove, and find the ramen recipe. Here in the recipe screen, you'll see the ingredients you'll need and also how many workstations you'll be interacting. Here we see making ramen will need 1 prep station and 1 stove. And when you click on the icon, it will show you making chopped garlic requires chopping and noodle requires rolling. Now let's hit make. After hitting make, several bubbles and timer will pop up. Move to the prep station and initiate with F key and do the chopping minigame by hitting the left mouse button when the bar moving into the white box to the right. To complete the rolling minigame by hitting the left mouse button when the bar moves into the white box up and down. Always make a habit of panning your camera screen to an angle so you can see the stove and the timer. Because the stove is the workstation that might need extra attention while you're prepping or mixing other ingredients in some more complex recipes. So now the prepping is complete. Come back to the stove, left click to put the noodle in, and left click again to put the chopped garlic. Finally, hold down the left click to complete the stir. Remember, the star quality dishes can be displayed as decorations. Now let's try a harder recipe. Meaty stir fry recipe is a level 5 cooking recipe you can get from Reth. And in the recipe screen, we can see that it needs 2 stoves and 1 prep station. So let's hit make. Now moving to the prep station to chop everything. While you are playing the chopping minigame, you will see the bubble on the stove says stir is starting to count down. So after completing the chopping of the ingredient, move back to the stove and hit F to interact with the stove and hold down the left key to finish the stir action. Now move back to the prep station and of course F key to interact with it and hit make to complete the rest of the chopping. Always hit F to interact with the table to start. Now let's move to the second stove, hit F to cook and hit make. F to interact, hold down the left mouse button to complete the stir, and come back to the first stove to put in all the ingredients with hitting left mouse button and hold down the left mouse button again to complete the stir. Let's try one more. Steak dinner is the level 4 recipe you get from Reth, and it requires a stove, oven, mixing station, and prep station. Hit make. And we go for the prep station first to chop spice sprouts. While prepping, you will see the flip timer on the stove start to count down. Move back to the stove and hit F to interact and completing the flip action by holding down the left mouse button and releasing it when the dot hit the box. Continue finish the prepping. Now the prep station is done, move to the oven to bake the baguette. Stay here to wait for the countdown and then hit F to collect the baguette before the timer goes out. Now back to the stove and left mouse add all ingredients and complete the flip minigame. There you go! The more you practice, the smoother you will get, just like cooking in real life. Solo cooking is definitely not as hard as it seemed. Don't be intimidated by all the bubbles on the workstations. Always go for the prep station to prep the food first. Stove usually needs more attending to, but even if you miss a stir or flip during the cooking, as long as you complete the cooking, you might even get high quality dishes because it's all random. And that's it. If you like this episode, please give it a like and subscribe. I do random stuff on my vlog, so leave it in the comment section and tell me what you would like to see. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
笑常常陪着你在一起有点勉强，该不该现在说？我不想太多，我想一定是我听错、弄错、搞错，拜托，我想是。